Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with occasional review. Today's video is going to be about what I've been using lately. Okay, so I just said that this video is going to be about what I've been using lately. Also, I think it's better to actually say what I haven't been using lately. I don't know. Anyway, Life, man. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be that kind of video, so buckle up. Okay, so these are all of the things that currently I am in and out of, right? This I haven't been in since, I don't know the last time I talked about this. When was that? I don't know, but it's been a while. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. We're gonna talk about that in a moment. Okay, let's talk about, where do I start with this? Okay. I have been watching, watching isn't even the right word. I have been absolutely captivated by the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. It's a little bit out of control. I don't just watch the trial all day. I listen to it. So I'm like doing other things. Like I'm cleaning, I'm organizing things. I'm, printing off stuff. I'm doing stuff on the computer, getting back to people by email and other stuff, right? But it's constantly on in the background. I'm talking about even when I'm in the shower, right? Because I have my JBL. Did you see that? I did an unboxing of it. So cool. I love that thing. It's the best $100 and whatever I spent on that thing. I highly recommend. But I can listen to audiobooks or trials whilst in the shower. And it just comes out so clear and it's fantastic. So I have just been captivated by this trial, like I mentioned, and I just don't know what to do because I'm not really doing much writing. And that really comes down to, I don't know, time management, I suppose, because I certainly could write and take a break from this trial for like an hour or whatever, or write during the lunch break, when they're on lunch break rather. But yeah, no, because I have to go to places like Legal Bites or Emily D. Baker's channel to listen to their commentary. But I listen to Legal Bites constantly, like all the time anyway. So I'm so out of it, you guys. It's rough. So let's talk about why that's important. I haven't been planning anything. I still haven't put this in here. I finally found it. I think when I put this together, I couldn't find it, and then I did, and yeah, nobody cares. So here's what's happening. I have been falling off on everything. So first of all, this little guy here, this is the 5-year memory book, Some Lines a Day, as it says there. This is by Leuchtturm 1917, and it looks like this. If you know what movie that's from, you're amazing. And I was on top of it, Rose, and if you know what that's from, I'm just like all the movie talks right now and I can barely talk properly. I apologize. I'm short of breath. The wind has been terrible here and I could not find my inhaler, and I was like, I've got to film. This is the time I have to film because Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial is on break on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So anyway, this is what it looks like. And I was on top of it, Rose. And then the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial happened. We are on, what is this? This is going to be coming up on week 6, right? Which technically I think is week 7 because we took a whole week break so that the judge could go away on some, I don't know, judgely retreat. I'm sure it wasn't a retreat, but it's some place where they go where judges get like updates on new, I'm not even going to go there because I don't know any of that stuff. So anyway, look it up. The point is, I haven't written in this in like almost 3 weeks. I have no way of catching up. So here's what happened. Sometimes when I have my Hobonichi weeks, I will write in here off to the side. This is this week. We are currently on Friday the 20th. I will write in this little box here some kind of journal entry, some kind of note, because technically it's not something I need to do, but I might write off that we went to, Wendy's, right? We went through a drive-through at Wendy's or something like that off here in a little note. And sometimes if I haven't written in here in a day or two, and it's never been more than 3 days ever, I can look at this and be like, oh yeah, and that'll trigger me to write my little paragraph. Well, I haven't been writing anything anywhere, so I don't have anything to trigger me to know what happened on those days, because most of those days I was just at home. And if there isn't some type of event, like here, there was an event where I took my sister to the doctor. She's perfectly fine. But she had a doctor's appointment. I can kind of go off on what we did that day. I know that we went to Walmart because we did grocery shopping. I apologize. I hope that this is this blurry? Okay, hopefully that's not as blurry. It doesn't matter what's written here, but you know, some people like something pretty to look at, and that's why I don't show my face. Anyway, so what was my point of this? I'm so tired. I apologize. Oh yeah, so I haven't been writing this guy, okay? And what I did today was I wrote in yesterday's entry for the day, since that's already happened. And I'm just going to start from there, and it's fine. There's just this block in my life that next year and 4 years later, when I'm like, why is there a block? And I don't watch this video because I never rewatch my videos other than to edit them. Because it's weird to hear your own voice and watch yourself, even though it's just my hands on camera. I'm just going to think, okay, that was, you know, the couple of weeks that I was kidnapped by aliens, and that's fine. Maybe I'll just write that in there. So I'll be like, Sylvia, you were kidnapped by aliens. In this case, you were captivated by the Johnny Depp trial. Then I'll be like, oh yeah. And I'll remember all those things and not really need to write in here. But I finally failed on this. But hey, we are in May of 2022 in case you're watching this in the future. So it was a good long run before I had a hiccup. And now hopefully I'm back on it. I'm one day into it again, but I'm trying to get back on there. So there's that. Okay, what else was I going to talk about? This guy. This setup is no different than I've had it before. Again, I write like appointments and things that I want to be doing on the left. And then on the right, it's more like little journal entries or memories. Watched JD versus, you know, a trial, stuff like that. I still have this set up for things I'm supposed to be doing. It's just not working out anymore. It was in the past. I really miss my weekly chart. I've been saying that for a really long time. I think since the beginning of the year. So when it comes to either next week or the beginning of June, I'm going back to that. I don't care. I'm going back to it. I haven't been reading or listening to audiobooks. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I mentioned that I was counting the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial as an audiobook, and I wasn't sure if I should put it as nonfiction or fiction because there's a little bit of both all, you know, weaved in there, and it's fascinating. So yeah, I haven't been listening to this audiobook, and I also have the physical book. So I like to listen to the audiobook while reading because you're learning, you know, times two. You're hearing it and you're seeing it, but I also take notes as I go. And that allows me to not really stop listening to the parts that might be a little bit more like, I don't need to pay attention to this as much as I'm writing. So I haven't done any of this. I need to get back on this for probably this weekend because again, there's no trial until Monday. Last week I can do this. That brings us to what? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I talked about these covers in their own separate videos. I have unboxings, so if you're interested in what they are, where I got them, you know, refer to those videos. In here, I have 3 inserts. I had mentioned this before. God, I cut these really badly. I'm just too cheap to buy the paper cutter cool gizmo that my friends have, that super duper one. I know that I think John has one and I think Leila has one as well. And I want to do it, but I just bought a standing desk. I don't know what they call it, like converter or something. It's where you actually put it on top of the desk you already have. So it's not an actual standing desk. And that was like $300. I wanted a really nice one. So, and I know you guys are thinking, hey, wait, you could probably find a standing desk for that much. But as I was doing research on it and thinking about getting one, the higher they go, the more unstable they are. And they start to get like wobbly from front to back or side to side, depending. And I'm 5'10", so I like for it to come up a nice amount. And so I just didn't want to risk that. And this one was sturdy, even if it was all the way up to the top. And I could make it portable. So if I wanted to go to my dining room table or into the living room, and I have a little desk in there, I could certainly do that. Or I could move to my writing desk, which is over there, which is of course where I want to use it, but also I could use it here if I wanted to film standing to cut down on my sitting time, because my back has just been, it's been a trooper, but it's like, Sylvia, if you don't stop, I'm gonna make you stop kind of situation. You know what I mean? So that's on its way. We'll see if I send it back or if I like it. Let me know if you guys have one and what your thoughts are. And then I have another one back here. This is also by Traveler's Company. This is the grid. So I have been writing in here just like free writing. So I have like these writing prompts and I've been writing them in here. Excuse me. And then over here, I have been writing, these are more like ideas and thoughts for projects I already have and what I want to do with them, and just like more like plans where I'm actually writing out things. So this is basically a little notebook that I'm not sharing, but I do carry it with me on the go everywhere. So lately I've had a few minutes sitting with my niece for things, or with my sister for things, where I could just sit and write for a while I'm waiting. And I like to do that. So in here, this is a DIY fish insert, excuse me, that I've used before. I think this is the one that John likes to use. I like the one where the week is on 2 pages, but for some reason I didn't find it in the B6 slim size. So I got it on 1 page. This is the same as the Hobonichi weeks. And I know you're like, well, wait a minute, I thought the Hobonichi wasn't working for you. Well, it's not, but I like how much bigger these pages are for some reason, and how different they are. If you've never seen my video, I'm sorry, allergies, asthma, all of the above. So if you've never seen my video on this guy, I'll try to link it down below. It's the one about the 10 things I hate about you. You'll understand why I have a love-hate relationship with this, and sometimes it just doesn't work out for other things, okay? So this is where I've been keeping health and weight and things that I don't particularly want to share with people. Not because I don't think that I have things that might be helpful. I just think there are people out there on the YouTube universe that have better information, and I just don't care what people think about my health. And I think if you don't care, you shouldn't put it out there. Cool? So I have more space here to keep breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whether I'm writing down every single thing that I'm eating, or I'm just calculating like the carbs or the calories just for that meal. I do it in here. That has been working well. This is the most planning I've been doing. I have not been throwing down things I want to get done for the day. I've just sort of been doing those or not doing them, just again for health. Now, sometimes I've talked about in the past how I don't like to keep my creative stuff in here and here with like more serious non-creative stuff, because sometimes I get a block and I'm like, I don't want to open this because I'm avoiding talking about my health. Does that make sense? It's something I need to work on, and I'm pretty lazy and stressed out about it, like really stressed. So I only put this in here after I started using these, because I was opening these notebooks every day and it was so great. It was such a great feeling to be able to open them without any anxiety or stress that I've missed a day or anything like that. So I put this in here, bought the inserts, and it's been working out well. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's where we are here. So I wanted to let you know that yes, I am using this. I do carry it. It is my everyday carry, not for technically planning, just more for recording meals and thoughts on the go. And even when I'm at home, because sometimes if I keep a notebook just for thoughts, it's in my office or whatever, I don't use it. But this, I carry it with me pretty much everywhere, sometimes room to room, even when I'm sitting on the couch. And then if I have a thought about something, a movie or whatever, I'll pick this up and start writing. So it's been so great for me. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a writer like myself, just keep a little notebook and just write random ridiculous things in there. And especially if you're trying to learn how to journal or get back into journaling, it just works so well. That brings us to these two guys. So right now, let's go here. This is the, gosh, I just had a blank. Yeah. Systemic. I don't know if I have anything on this front cover. Systemic cover by Kokyo. Does it say Kokyo on the other side? No, this one doesn't. Where does it say Kokyo at? Oh, I guess down here. It does. Right there. And I love this cover. This is in the A5 size. I think they also have it in A6. So for those of you who are Hobonichi lovers and you don't know about this cover, I would recommend it. I've never owned it in A6, but I love it in A5. You have a pocket here and a pocket in the back. This looks odd because the strap's here, but it's just because it closes on front like this. Sort of out of shot, sorry. Then I have my Sarasa pen here. This is one of the pens in the vintage collection, the more blue one, in a 0.5. And so let me move this guy out of the way. Excuse me. Now this sits at my writing desk and it doesn't leave the house. So on this side I put a notebook, and I don't remember what these notebooks are called. I might have accidentally covered it up. So if I find one, I'll link it down below. But it has very beautiful smooth paper. I believe it's a Japanese company. And it's just, I love this paper. I just love this paper. It's square grid. I just have, that's nothing. I was just testing out pens in here. And so I thought that this would be cool because it is an A5 size. So it's smaller than, you know, the bigger ring bound notebooks, but I really like this for writing notes. And so I thought, man, I really need to go back into learning languages and stuff, and I'm thinking about learning Italian. I'm pretty good at Spanish, again, not at speaking it, but I can read it pretty well. I've been reading magazines, People magazines in Spanish, and I still haven't read a book in Spanish yet, but my niece is also supposed to be learning, so we might both together read Twilight in Spanish, which I think would be so funny and awesome, because we both read that book before. So, and it also gives us another reason to watch the movie. So yeah, I've really been loving this. I was trying out some pens in here, and yeah, I went ahead and put the spiral bound in here. So for those of you who like a spiral bound, it fits pretty nice in here. Oops. Are we focused? There we go. It's not a problem. It looks like it's slightly bent in there, but it's really not. I haven't had any issues. So I put that in here. And then of course I have my Moleskine planner, and this is also in Hobonichi style. The only thing, I really do like the layout of Hobonichi. It's just sometimes the paper and the size and the small grid is irritating. It just depends. It comes and goes in waves. The thing I didn't like about this one is the Sunday shares with Saturday and doesn't have its own column. I showed you guys how to fix that if you've seen this video unboxing and review. It's not that too far back, I don't think. It's not that too far back. Wow. Is that even English? If you go looking for it. But I really do love this. I sit down at my writing desk and I basically write whatever hello phone. It always dings when I'm like busy. No one ever texts me or calls me until I film. So anyway, on these days, I usually just write down what I worked on, what chapters, a little note about it, anything I need to do to prep me for the next day here. And then I do some notes for the week about what I did, what I worked on for my writing. This has been working out so brilliant. It was the best buy. I've seen this actually in the pocket size, and I'm thinking, man, I need to get that next year. Probably not for writing, but I just think it would be fun to carry maybe instead of the Hobonichi, which, you know, I come and go with it. I do get my money's worth out of it, but I think I might want to try this next year for my everyday carry in a smaller size. So this folds over. It's been a while since I've used this. So there's like this slit here. You can put it in between both of these, but I put it like this, and then it folds over nicey nice, and I assume the A6 does the same. In here you have 1, 2, 3 pockets. It's probably hard to see because it's black. So you can put stencils or something in here. They're pretty tight. I don't even know if these are actually like standard card pockets or not, but you have those, and then you have this back full-length back pocket where I'm sliding in another Moleskine notebook. This is the what are they called? I think they're just called journal, Moleskine large journals, and they come in packs of 3s. You can get them in blank and lined, and this one's in the grid. So I have this back here, and I have a few little tabs, and I've just been writing notes as I've been doing my read through of my novel that I was writing in in April. I only got about 16,000 words. I was aiming for 50. But you know, with the Johnny Depp trial and like life and my allergies, I just haven't been writing as much, and it's okay, and I'm aware of it. But I went back and I took a bunch of notes after I did a read through of that 16,000 words, and I've added another, I think it's almost 6,000 words to it. So it's been helpful to read back and take notes and keep them in here. And then once I'm done, I can go ahead and take this out and put it into a traveler's notebook with other notes, which I think is kind of cool. So it's really cool to have 3 different sections. Again, this is more going to be for learning educational stuff like languages. This one's for notes on my writing, because this doesn't have space for that. And this is just more recording what I write for the day than planning for the day. But on the monthly, which I'm not going to show, again, private stuff, that's where I mostly do my planning. Like, I hope that I'm going to be here or here by this time or this time, right? So yeah, and that's this guy. And the last one is an A5 size, and I'm already given like shade, and I haven't even, did you hear me go, ugh, I know. Anyway, this is my Jibun Techo days, and I have been struggling, you guys, to use this. And a lot of you, I'm sorry, why aren't you focusing? Please focus. Is that focused? There we go. A lot of you have mentioned, hey, you don't have to struggle. This is all fun. If you don't want to use something, don't use it. And you're totally right. But that doesn't stop people's anxiety. And I do have anxiety disorder, so mine is definitely heightened. When you can't use something or you feel stressed about something, it bothers me to no end. So I took a break from this for a while, and it was okay. And then I felt sad that I was a bad planner mother. And so I put some new stickers on here in the front, and I put another Moleskine notebook. This one is just, they come in different colors. I had the black one you just saw, and now this one is more in just a standard, I was going to say khaki, which is true. What do they call this? I don't know why the name escapes me, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just like a cardstock type color with the square grid in it. So I took out my short-term insert that was in here, that was by Kokyo, the Idea Notebook. So this is the long term. I had another one that was short term, excuse me, in the front, and it just wasn't working out. I think it was a small grid, and I was trying to plan in there, and I thought, no, I'd rather plan on this bigger grid. So I was going to do my weekly spread here, my weekly chart, excuse me, or a weekly spread, because this is only the days. And I was also going to do probably another monthly or something in here. And I just like the bigger grid. This is 5mm, and it just makes me happy in comparison to this really, really upsetting tiny grid that I do not appreciate, yet I keep buying. But nobody's making me do that. It's going to contradict myself and argue amongst myself this entire video, and that's okay. So anyway, I put this in here thinking, well, maybe I'd use it more. Well, then the Johnny Depp trial happened, and I have literally just been cleaning, which has been so amazing, and organizing. I got rid of a ton of stuff in my closet and started buying new clothes slowly. I had talked about that. I was like, every month I want to buy something new with clothes, because I'm always buying something new with planning. And that's been working out well. And yeah, but I'm not getting anything else done. I have to listen to what everyone's saying about the trial. And it's been so fun to be a part of all of that online, especially since we didn't have social media during one of the other bigger trials that I remember in my life, which of course was the OJ trial. I believe in, I want to say the beginning of high school, beginning of junior high. I remember we watched it in the library of the high school. That doesn't necessarily mean we were in the library. I mean that we were in high school, excuse me, but we watched it in the library of the high school, like the verdict live. And I remember people cheering, and I remember me and my friend were like, he totally did it, and we did not cheer. We were very upset. It was out of control. Anyway, so what was the point? See, it's just like squirrels. This wasn't working out, is what I want to say. But the truth is, I didn't give it a real shot because I just got busy doing other things. And in order to listen to the trial and somewhat watch it, I started cleaning stuff and organizing stuff so that I could do that, which was fantastic. But I stopped writing and planning altogether because I was like, let me just see. Oh, that corner needs to be organized. Let's do that, which is great. And I've talked about that before. If you see that the dishes need to get done, you don't need to write that down. Just go do them, right? So I haven't been planning in here, haven't given it another fair shot. I have until the end of June to use this. Remember, this comes in kind of an Avec version where you get 6 months in one book and 6 months in the other. I don't think that I'm going to continue with the next book, but I am going to give myself till the end of the June, oh, Sylvia, till the end of June to use this before I move into something else. Having said that, what are the options? Well, I still have this lovely Morterm cover that I bought in standard size that y'all saw me unbox and were excited because I know a lot of you out there do like me being in a traveler's notebook. And I've been watching my friend Marianne, and she has, I believe, a Morterm as well. I cannot speak, you guys. I swear, we're almost done. Bear with me. She has a Morterm cover, and I think it's like the kind of crocodile print. It's like a silver one. It's really pretty. And she's making me want to go back to this because I really love her layout. And I'm going to have to link her channel down below because she's awesome. And I do highly recommend her channel. So I also have this, which I kind of miss, a bullet journal. I was so incredibly organized when I was in my bullet journals. I didn't have to worry about a cover. I didn't have to worry about, oh my gosh, am I going to bend something or get something dirty? It's just like, who cares? It's a hardcover book. So I still have this, right? This was an epic fail. I tried to do one thing with it and then another, but there's still like literally the whole book left. Just the front pages. I don't know why I keep saying I think it's because I'm out of breath. And instead of just going I just go Man, I haven't even been gone that long and I feel like I don't even know how to film. So yeah, those are the two options that I have. Also, did I have something else I was going to try? At some point, I was going to try to use this B6 Slim by Chic Sparrow. I haven't sold it yet, but I thought about it. So these have the 3 standard inserts that I was going to cut down to put in here, and I was just seeing how they fit. And so when I first cut these down, I cut them down before I got this, and so I cut them a little bit more narrow because I cut them to, oh, I don't have one near me, the what's it called, MD, the little MD planners that I have, you know what I mean? They're more of a shorter, narrow B6 Slim, and so they fit perfectly in here, but they were kind of, because this is so much wider, they looked a little dwarf, and it made it feel like I had to put like 5 inserts in order for this to get full. So I had put these in here, sorry about my ring light, realizing that I don't have to cut down the side at all because they'll fit just fine and come to the edge like I want them to. I would just have to cut like the, what is it, about 1 inch off the top for them to be about the same height. So either way, if I do a traveler's notebook in here or in here, I just have to make an executive decision. But yeah, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna try these out in one of these. So I was thinking 4 in here, and in here I could definitely get away with 3, and it would have a nice fill. Because again, I have, okay, my camera has decided that I'm talking too much and it cut me off. I apologize. Where was I? Oh, I know that 3 will fit in here nicely, and this is a nice fit because I've used this before in the black version. I do have that one. This color is just new to me, not the actual Morterm TN. So I have to make a decision. I don't think I'd keep 4 in here. It will fit 4, absolutely. It's just not necessary. So decisions. There's something about the summer that makes me want to go shorter. And something that, such a weird sound. Something that I can carry. This cover is fine. It's just not who I am. I thought it would grow on me if I used it. That's why I wanted to try to. So still an option. I really miss a bullet journal. I don't know that people love bullet journals on my channel, like in the notebook, more than they do the traveler's notebook. I know some of you are going to be like, it's the same thing. I'm going to disagree with you on that. Yes, it's true that you have 3 or 4 separate inserts that you can make volume. So for instance, in a notebook, I'm just gonna go through this quickly. I know this video is long, I apologize. But in a notebook, if you make sections, when this section fills up, you can't add more paper. And that's the struggle. The beauty of the traveler's notebook is if this section, let's say you're writing down songs that you heard and lyrics that you like and thoughts and feelings that are happening, and that's part of how you journal. When this fills up, you can replace it with volume 2. Which is what's so fantastic about the traveler's notebook. I just haven't been using a traveler's notebook like that in a while, that I just don't need to do that. And I've learned how to use the notebooks and not have those struggles anymore. Oh, the section's going to fill up. Because the bullet journal system, the method, it goes by, page numbers, and you can just, thread things together. So it doesn't matter if you have a section. You can write, songs that I love on page 2 and continue it on page 49. And it's just not a problem. You know what I mean? Maybe not if you don't do bullet journaling that way. But anyway, this is a long video. I don't know what you got out of it. I think I did get some things out of it. I needed to talk my way through this. So I appreciate you hanging out with me and allowing me to do that. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.